Kevin Owens has returned to WWE.
JRW live. Hit the aisle, stack the card, chase that rare one, play it smart. Bobby Joe right by his side. JRW live ride. JRW live, let's go. Toy hunting shows on the road. Figure reviews, bold predictions to WW week, breaking it through.
What's up, JRW? Today, the setup review of WWE SummerSlam Night 1 and Night 2, and this is Night 1 first. They kicked off the show with Liv Morgan defending her Women's World Championship against Io Sky to start off the show, which was kind of surprising to me to start off the show, honestly. Of course, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez got involved, distracting Io Sky. Liv Morgan hits the Oblivion on Io Sky and retains her Women's World Championship. I predicted it, so I was 1-0. Pretty awesome. This match was alright. It was a decent show to start off the show because it was a Women's World title match, but it was nothing crazy. Then LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys took on the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa ran it back, making fun of Jey Uso's entrance and doing all the heat stuff, and the crowd was going crazy for Solo Sikoa. Man, Solo Sikoa as a babyface is so entertaining. But overall, this match wasn't the greatest, wasn't terrible. It reminded me a lot of the match at WrestleMania that LA Knight and the Usos won. But it's just kind of your typical six-man tag match. It was okay, but at the end of the day, it looked like the Bloodline were going to take out LA Knight. But Solo Sikoa comes up behind, hits the spike on Jimmy Uso. Royce Keys was handling Jacob Fatu. And in the middle of the ring, LA hits Jey Uso with the BFT 1, 2, 3. LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and the Royce Keys pick up the victory, and they all hug it out to end the show. Not to end the show, to end the match. Then we finally got to see Nick Aldis wrestle for the first time in WWE. Was a great wrestler on the Indies and stuff like that, and TNA and Ring of Honor and stuff like that. But he's never in NWA. He's never wrestled though in WWE. He's been a general manager. Finally fights Gunther. Comes out to Oasis, which was awesome because that was like a dream song for him to come out to. Also a great song as well. But they come out and they had about an 11, 12-minute match. Mickie James was on ringside with her, with Nick Aldis and her son. Really cool. This really cool moment. Nick Aldis looked great in the ring. His whole like look and everything, his gear and everything looked awesome. And he did a great job in the ring, but at the end of the day, Gunther got a hold in that sleeper and Nick Aldis tapped out. Then afterwards, he had a really cool moment with Mickie James and his son. And they just had a nice little celebration. He got a standing ovation. The whole crowd was going nuts for him. It was really cool. They were chanting, "You still got it," which is kind of crazy because he's like 38 or 39. He's younger than most of the top guys right now in WWE. He should totally be a full-time wrestler now and not be a general manager. Then the Bella Twins and Paige took on Fatal Influence. Honestly, I thought the Bella Twins and Paige were going to win this, but Paige lost the match for the Bella Twins and Paige. They lost. She lost to Fatal Influence, and afterwards, this was Nikki Bella's first match back as well. The Bella Twins are standing behind Paige, and Nikki Bella takes out Paige, and then they put the boots to Paige. Nikki Bella hits her finisher on her, and the Bella Twins turn heel. They stand tall. Supposedly, Brie Bella got injured in this match, so hopefully Brie Bella isn't too badly injured. If not, has a speedy recovery. Which kind of works though if Brie Bella is hurt because Nikki Bella was a heel before Brie Bella came back, so Nikki can just go back to kind of like what she was doing. So I guess we'll see what happens. Then it was time for Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the WWE Undisputed Championship, and this match wasn't half too bad. I've seen mixed reviews on this. Bobby personally did not like this match. I liked it, but also I didn't love it, but it was a good match. It was a long match. In my personal opinion, it went too long. It was a 30-minute match, and it was definitely on the slow side. Punk had a lot of botches. He was trying to do some moves he definitely could not do at his age. Cody seemed pretty good in the ring and stuff like that. But Cody had the match won, hits the crossroads. The ref is out. He's standing around looking around, and here comes Randy Orton, the returning Randy Orton. We have not seen Randy Orton since WrestleMania, since he lost to Cody Rhodes. Then Punk kicked Cody Rhodes, and we haven't seen him since. He returns, RKO's Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes laid out. CM Punk gets in the ring, hits him with the GTS. The refs back up. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk retains the undisputed WWE Championship, and Randy Orton has officially screwed over Cody Rhodes. And looks like we're going on the route with Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, not for the title. And they're going to continue to feud, which is awesome. And then Punk's going to continue his reign as undisputed WWE Champion. Then it was time for the main event in the Hell in the Cell, Brock Lesnar versus Wwe Femi, and this match was absolute chaotic. I wish they would have gone. I really wanted to see somebody go through the cage wall, but overall, I didn't like. Bobby was saying I didn't really like how he thought they didn't really use the cage very well. But I thought it wasn't too bad. I wish Bobby's biggest point was he wished somebody bled. Kind of agree. But the biggest thing was they got down. Brock Lesnar ripped the ring mat and got down to the actual wood and tombstone pile driver Femi onto the actual wood. I was like, damn, Brock Lesnar like messed up his knee. Looks like he was kind of cut it. That's brutal. Like just bone knees right onto the freaking wood. Absolutely brutal. They absolutely massacred each other. Brock Lesnar F5'd Femi like 3 times. He still kicked out, but at the end of the day, Femi picks up Brock Lesnar, hits that insane powerbomb. I thought he was going to do it on the wood, but he just missed the wood and pins Brock Lesnar. Femi has a cool moment in the ring posing. Then Brock Lesnar comes back down, takes his gloves off, shakes Femi's hand, hugs him, and then holds up his arm, kind of like how he did with Cody Rhodes in 2023. Gets the mic and says, "Everybody, this is the future. I'm the past. This is the future beast and everything." So this is Femi is the man. Has an awesome, cool moment with Femi and pretty much just gives Femi his flowers, and the whole crowd was going insane for Femi. And that's how they ended the show. Really, really cool way for Brock Lesnar, kind of getting close towards the end of his career. I guess he didn't retire, but really putting over Femi. But there you go, guys. That's the setup review of night 1. Now we're gonna go on to night 2. But my review and like rating of night 1 out of 10, I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. It wasn't the greatest show, but it was definitely entertaining. Actually, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was definitely solid, but I think night 2 can be even better. All right, so I just got done watching night 2 of SummerSlam in Minneapolis, and holy shit, was this show a lot better in my opinion than night 1. Night 1 was a great show as well, but man, this one started off with an absolute banger. So they announced, obviously, they started out the show with Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn, #1 contender. Whoever wins faces CM Punk. Then Nick Aldis interrupts. He goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Before this match starts, I did make an agreement that I'm a man of my word, and because I lost yesterday, I'm gonna reinstate as the general manager. Gunther's been added to the match." So Gunther comes down, and now it's a 3-way. He goes, "I didn't just say I'm going to add one person. I'm adding multiple people." And then everybody's like losing their mind. Like, who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? And Kevin Owens' music hits. We haven't seen Kevin Owens since he left Chicago, telling Chicago that he can't fight Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I was there. I was so confused. I honestly originally thought it was a work, and then I found out that he needed neck surgery. It was crazy. So the last time we saw Kevin Owens, I was literally there in person, and then bam, here we are. Kevin Owens is back at SummerSlam. I was so riled up, so excited. If you can't tell, I'm literally swearing to this. I was just ready to go, man. I was so excited for this. And Kevin Owens comes down to the ring, and just the crowd's going crazy for Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens was already a beloved wrestler and stuff like that. And after all the next stuff, everybody's so excited for him. Him and Sami Zayn have a cool moment, hugging it out. But at the end of the day, he stunners Sami Zayn and pins them to win the match. Kevin Owens is the #1 contender for CM Punk's WWE Championship. And WWE, if you have CM Punk beat Kevin Owens, I'm going to crash out. Kevin Owens needs to win the goddamn WWE Championship. He hasn't held the title since he lost it to Goldberg back in 2016 or 2017. And that was so stupid. We got to redeem ourselves. Kevin Owens needs to win the title. Then Trick Williams defended his United States Championship against Baron Corbin. I predicted it, man. Baron Corbin defeated Trick Williams. He pushed Little Yachty off the ring into the table, taking out Little Yachty, and Baron Corbin hit the end of days on Trick Williams to pick up the victory and become the new United States champion. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on this. I honestly am excited. I always liked Baron Corbin when he was the lone wolf Baron Corbin, and he seems to be a lot like that right now. So I'm excited to see where they're going to go with this. I know people are like, oh, Trick Williams. I think Trick Williams is going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He's going to move on towards the main title opportunity and stuff like that instead of the mid cards. But we'll see. I'm very curious where they go with Baron Corbin now. Then it was Danhausen versus Dirty Dom for the Human Monies on a pole. This match was okay. It was pretty stupid in my opinion. I don't like these kind of dumb Danhausen matches, but it wasn't terrible. The mini Hausens got involved because JD McDonough got involved. They were taking him out. And then here came Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry got involved as well. But at the end of the day, Danhausen does the "You Are Cursed" to Dom when he's about to grab the money off the pole, and the sparks go up, take out Dom. Danhausen climbs up, grabs the money on the pole, and then afterwards he's throwing all the money out to the crowd and everything. It was human monies, Danhausen monies, and dollar bills. Kind of cool. And then you had a moment of Danhausen holding up, Joe Hendry holding up Danhausen's arms and holding up all the mini Hausen's arms. It was a cool moment, but overall, definitely, in my opinion, the worst match of the night, and it was just kind of meh. Then it was the women's ladder match, and this match was definitely interesting, and I was very excited for the winner, Chelsea Green, winning the women's championship. She was the last person standing. Everybody's been taken out, and she was upside down, hanging in the ladder, and she climbs up, sits up like the Undertaker, climbs up, grabs the title, and has a huge celebration. Absolutely really cool. I think Chelsea Green absolutely deserves this. She is one of the most entertaining women's wrestlers on the roster. She works her ass off. She definitely, like, I swear, the quote that the wrestlers like to say, like, maximize your minutes, she definitely does. Because, I mean, like, every single promo, everything like that, she goes all out. Super cool to see her win the title. Definitely don't think it'll be a long run, but definitely it's going to be entertaining. Her United States title reign was very entertaining, so I definitely think this world title reign is going to be very entertaining. But yeah, Lash Legend had a pretty standout performance in this match, and everybody else was pretty decent in this match, but super excited to see Chelsea Green win. This is probably one of the first times I was actually excited for a women's championship win, because this is one of the women's wrestlers I actually like. Then Chad Gable and Penta went out there and put on an absolute banger for the Intercontinental Championship. Chad Gable, being from Minneapolis, Minnesota, being in his hometown, came up short last time he fought for the Intercontinental title in his hometown. Now they're back in the big stadium, in the Viking Stadium, on SummerSlam for the title against Penta. And Chad Gable gets it done. He gets the ankle lock on Penta and makes Penta tap. Then Chad Gable he was in the corner crying, man, bawling his eyes out when the ref hands him the title. Penta picks him up. He has a really cool moment, puts the title on him, shakes his hand, holds up his arm, and then Chad Gable's whole family comes in, joins him, has a really cool moment. Chad Gable grabs the mic and says, "I'm Chad Gable. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I finally can say I'm the Intercontinental Champion." And this was a really cool moment. And then TKO, their greedy bastards, ruin it by having a root beer mascot come into the ring and have Chad Gable drink root beer with them for an advertisement. Like, he has this emotional moment, dream of winning a singles title in his hometown with his family, and you have a freaking advertisement. That stuff generally makes my blood boil. It pisses me off so much. Like, dude, this is like a guy's childhood like dream, and you're ruining it. Then it was time for the main event. This match was an absolute banger. Really good match. Michael Cole said on commentary this is one of the best matches he's ever seen in the front main event, which is totally not true. But it was a good match. Like, this was a very good match. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. They went out there and laid it all out. They absolutely killed each other. This was like a 30-40 minute match. Absolute banger. In my personal opinion, not better than John Cena versus Cody Rhodes last year at SummerSlam to end the show. But 2 years in a row of great main events to end SummerSlam. Because Cena Cody was great. This was a great match. Definitely a really cool moment, because this was the end of the story for the Shield. Roman Reigns finally gives up on trying to hit Seth Rollins with the Shield, with the Shield chair shot, throws it away, and spears Seth Rollins 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns defeats Seth Rollins finally for the first time ever in his career. Defeats Seth. They're sitting across each other in the corners. They stand up. Roman picks up Seth with his hand, and they do the Shield fist pose, and they have the OG mask, because Seth Rollins came out with the OG Shield mask in the middle of them. And they also had a lot of cool moments, like for like showcasing Dean Ambrose / John Moxley moments, because obviously he can't be there with them, but it's really cool. The end of the story of the Shield, the end of the Shield era. Roman Reigns stands tall. My personal opinion should be Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins is by far the better wrestler. But Roman Reigns stands tall, finally defeats Seth Rollins, and the Shield era is over. So there you have it, guys. That is the review of Night 2. We just did the review of Night 1. And we said on this video, we said 7.5 out of 10 for Night 1. I'm going to give Night 2 an 8.5 out of 10. Definitely, I think the Danhausen match holds it down. I didn't really enjoy that. And the women's match was okay. I loved seeing Chelsea Green one, but overall the match wasn't that great. Baron Corbin, Trick Williams was all right. The star of the show was fantastic. Penta, Chad Gable was fantastic, and the main event was fantastic. So I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. At most, I'll give it an 8 and like 3/4 out of 10. Maybe, yeah, I'm not going to give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 is really too high in my personal opinion. But overall, for both nights combined, I'm giving SummerSlam a 9 out of 10. For both nights combined, 9 out of 10. I thought it was a great SummerSlam. Definitely better than WrestleMania. That's 2 years in a row WrestleMania's been outdone by SummerSlam. And I don't really like them doing that, because WrestleMania is supposed to be the best show of the year. But man, SummerSlam has been continually cooking past 2 years. WrestleMania has been rough, so at least we have something good for big like 2-night shows. Is SummerSlam's a banger always. So there you go, guys. That's a setup review of SummerSlam 2026 Night 1 and Night 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Night 1 usually has its own video, but since I was out of town for part of the weekend, I've just filmed both of them together. So there you go, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because we post every single day here on this YouTube channel. You don't want to miss out on awesome wrestling figure content. I'll see you guys in the next one.